Hey gang, Todd Duncan, this is where success happens. Good to have you with us on this weekly blog, and wanted to talk about a quick concept called relationship deepening. I believe that life is too short to water the weeds. I believe that toxic relationships are not worth being in or even trying to repair. But I do believe that the right relationships can make the world go around, especially your world, your business world, your personal world. And I want to talk to you about the art of deepening. I think far too often we're shallow and wide with our relationships and not deep and narrow. I believe that the law of the bullseye is a very powerful law. It talks about if you don't aim for the best prospects, you're likely to do business with any prospect. I love the idea of 10 people giving me all the business I need rather than 100 people giving me the same amount of business. I think that there's not a downside to deepening a relationship that you want to have depth with. I think that, having the characteristics of profiling your business relationships the right way, knowing who you want to do business with, understanding one of my principles that life's too short to do business with people that you don't like. It's hard to deepen a relationship if you're not in like or in love with the people you're doing business with, and certainly, obviously, personally in like and in love with the people you're living with and that you call friends in your inner circle, right? And so deepening is the art of and the effort of consistent communication. I'll give you an example. Cheryl and I had a wonderful 25 years together. It had its highs and lows, but one of the things we asked often was, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being best, how am I doing as your husband? How am I doing as your wife? How am I doing as a dad? How am I doing as a mom? And we had relationship deepening going on weekly by asking those questions and answering them. That was a very powerful way to build relationship depth, right? With my customers, I as a young salesperson, would talk every week with them and ask them specific questions about how their business was working and what I could do in the following week to add value to their life and their business, what their goals and dreams were, and how their plans were working. And, at the end of the day, almost every week I had an opportunity to add another brick to the fortress I was building around the relationships that mattered most to me. So when you practice the art of relationship deepening, what you're actually doing is you're creating business breakthroughs in the area of efficiency. You're creating breakthroughs in the area of productivity. And, by the way, when those two things come together, then you're creating consistency and sustainability in the growth of that business. A marriage or a friendship, a parent to a child, when you focus on the things that matter most, when you ask the right questions on a regular basis, when, as I do now on Sunday nights, I ask John and Matt, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being best, how am I doing as your father? And every single week they give me an opportunity to improve. And right now the quid pro quo is I get to ask them that as well. They ask me on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being best at, how am I doing as your son? And it always provides an opportunity for growth. And so the message this morning is to make sure that you understand relationships matter. Make sure that you practice the art of relationship deepening. And if you do, I think people will come to you, they'll stay with you, they'll stick with you, and you'll have a sense of relationship intimacy that for most people just isn't there. Okay, practice this. Practice the art of going deep with the relationships that matter most. Take care.